There are so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
Right.
but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
Yes.
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
A lot of people might not know, but he proposed to you while he was in jail.
I talk about this in the book when I go to see him in Rikers, when I wrote about that in the book, and when I had to talk about it, speak my words for the audible version of the book. That was probably one of the more painful parts, seeing him there, the condition that he was in, and having to leave him there. And he was in bad shape. And so when he asked me to get married, he was at Rikers. And I knew at that time that he needed somebody to do time with him, which I was going to do anyway. You didn't have to marry me to do time. Right? I'm here.
Now you see why we love you.
And then but he needed a rock.
Okay, so I think it's safe to say that Jada has officially cut Will Smith's ball sack off and officially stuffed it in his mouth. I think I feel comfortable in saying that based off the evidence I've seen so far. So that's kind of obvious. But the thing that kind of stuck out to me was how she admitted that they had separated in 2016. And my thing is this: if they separated, meaning that you're on your way to a divorce in 2016, because the whole August Alsina thing, you know, her sleeping with Augs behind Will Smith's back, basically cheated within the friends and family environment. That's basically what happened back then. But more of the story, if they separated back then, why is Will so committed to this broad? That's what I'm really trying to figure out, you know, in my mind. See, the thing is, Will is so committed to a woman who's basically in love with someone who's 6 feet under and who's in heaven right now. I don't understand why. I think deep down inside, he keeps trying to prove himself right when he's obviously dead ass wrong for even marrying this woman. See, anytime when you choose someone who's in love with someone else, it's really your fault. It's clear as day that Will Smith was obviously the second choice, and deep down inside, Will knows it. He even admitted it that back in the day, he tried so hard to compete with Tupac just to prove to Jada that he could be just like Pac. He even proved it. He even said it time and time again. Even he knew that Jada loved Pac more than he loved him. So what I'm trying to figure out is that why is he still there? Now some people will say that, you know, he signed the prenup. I mean, no, he didn't sign a prenup. So, you know, he's not trying to lose his assets. Man, fuck the assets. That's how I'm looking at it, man. Sometimes there's certain things that money can't buy, and money can't always buy respect, especially in this situation. If I was Will Smith, I would have went through with the divorce and got rid of any assets that I needed to with the divorce in terms of the settlement. Because this is kind of bad. Will Smith is one of the best actors this world has ever seen, but when he dies, no one's probably gonna care that much because Jada keeps destroying his reputation time in and time out. Will Smith was such a great actor that he was a part of a lot of people's childhoods. Fresh Prince, Bad Boys, Men in Black. He had banger after banger after banger. He was that skilled as an actor, but no one's talking about that right now because his wife keeps emasculating the shit out of him publicly every chance she gets. And the only reason why she's doing this is because she's trying to push him to finally leave and get a divorce. Yeah, but the main root of it is that she doesn't respect him. How do I know? Because not too long ago, Willow, their daughter, had wrote a letter to Tupac saying that, hey, I think you're still alive. My mommy misses you, etc., etc. And it was public info. So my question is, if their daughter was willing to write a letter to a person who's most likely gone, or even if he is still on the earth, If she was still willing to write that letter, what the hell is being set up in that crib? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, that's something I don't understand. So you could tell that he's probably getting bullied up in his own house due to the fact that his wife don't respect him no more. I don't know why he's still there. It could be a money thing, yeah. But if I was him, I would say fuck the money. Take whatever you want. I'm out of here. You're Will Smith. Like, you're in projects. You're a big time actor. You could be in any role you want to due to your resume. You can make that money back up. All that amount of money won't accumulate to all that disrespect that you've been receiving. That's just how I look at it. I don't understand why he's simping this hard. I don't know why. But more of the story, for you guys who are out there watching now, and for you guys who are even consider getting married. Well, first of all, I don't know why you're even consider getting married. Marriage is done as far as I'm concerned. The laws are just not fair. But, you know, if you're one of those guys and you are actually thinking about getting married, at least make sure at the moment your woman views you as the king. At least do that. If you are willing to get married and your girl views you as the number one choice in her life, then I can understand why you would take that risk and get married. But unfortunately, getting married is a big risk, especially if you're a public figure. Will Smith is one of the public, like Jeezy, Will Smith. Like, there's so many celebrities who went through crazy ass divorces and their wives have embarrassed them in public. But it's probably the worst situation that I've seen so far. You know, like, I just don't understand why Will is trying to make it work with a woman who keeps slapping the shit out of him in public, basically, verbally. Like, you even see the situation with Chris Rock back then when he Will had slapped Chris Rock back at the Oscars. Like, women will say, oh, well, you know, he was defending his wife's honor. No, he wasn't. Listen, man, here's how men think. And any girl watching this right now, let me tell you how men think. We don't just go up starting fights with the people who could fuck us up. That's not how we operate. That's not how no man operates. Dudes will say, oh yeah, I'll beat his ass. Yeah, whatever, man. If you know you can't beat his ass, you'll stand the fuck down. Let's be very clear. That doesn't give a man a right to be a bitch. But if someone with big ass biceps the size of my damn forehead is going to come out of nowhere and say, hey, you know, I don't like you, or you don't like me, they're not going to start a fight. They're going to walk away 9 times out of 10. There's no way they're going to start a fight with someone who's capable of fucking us up. There's no way on earth. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, but he wouldn't slap The Rock. Let's be very, very clear. So Will Smith is already a bitch as far as I'm concerned just for that. Like, my thing is, if you had a problem with the way he made a joke about your girl at the Oscars, you should have had that conversation behind closed doors and not on national TV where you wanted to openly slap somebody. That's how I look at it. But nonetheless, yeah, I don't know why people are even like obsessing over this too much. Will's obviously a sucker. I don't know why guys even feel bad for him at this point. He knows that his wife is in love with someone who is not here with us, and he chose to marry her out of love. But the thing is, guys, that marriage is not about love. It's more about business than it is about love, if that makes sense. And in business, leverage is king. If your girl doesn't view you as the number one choice, why are you marrying her? Why are you making her your girlfriend? This is something that I don't understand why a lot of guys like. And this is what, again, this is another thing I say all the time. Celebrities are the biggest suckers. They really, really are. They're just suckers with money. That's what I'm convinced at this point. Like, I mean, well, I've been convinced, but now it just kind of cemented what I always thought. But I want to hammer this home. Stop cuffing chicks who don't see you as the number one priority. You know, not saying that you should, you know, be a dictator or nothing, but if she's not the number one in your life, then get rid of her. Or else you could just end up like Will Smith. You could be embarrassed. You could work hard. You were not caught up in any sexual scandals. You never got arrested for real. You know, you're just a nice, squeaky clean image. You're not a criminal whatsoever at any capacity, but no one will care. The only thing they'll remember is how your wife keeps dragging you all over the internet due to the fact that she don't respect you. And if she had the chance to kill herself and to be with Tupac, she would do it at this very moment. I'm out. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what y'all think of the video, and I'll see y'all later.